All right, everyone, we are back for another workout of the day. Get ready for as many rounds as possible in 20 minutes. Name this one frostbite because it will get a little bit saucy at the end here. It is 15 sit-ups, 30 mountain climbers, 15 kettlebell swings, and 30 air squats. So you're going to keep going through all of those movements for 20 minutes. So we will go over the movements and modifications, and then you can get started. Don't forget, you need a timer for this to make sure that you are timing everything, keep track of your rounds and weights, and good luck. First movement, which is going to be our sit-up. So we're going to come all the way down, all the way up, really engaging the core as we move upward, making sure to try to stay as straight as we can as we come up and down, trying to touch those toes. Now, modification would be to the knees. We really want to try, though, to get our shoulders off the ground. And again, engaging that core. So that's our sit-up. The next is our mountain climber. Important here is, again, we want to engage our core as we do this. Everything should be where we're engaging our core. So come down into on all fours here. We want our shoulders to be above our arms. And then from here, we're just going to lift our knees off the ground. So we don't want to be up here. We don't want to be down here. We want to be kind of even. This is, just again, all fours, and then bring those knees off the ground. And then we're going to climb that mountain, trying to keep our core engaged as we do this. So we don't want to be, up here. We want to keep our butt down. And then if you want to, you can do a wider mountain climber as well. But again, we want to make sure we keep that core engaged. And if we can't get down on the ground, we can also use a bench to go back and forth. And if we really, really need to, we can also do some high knees. Next movement is our kettlebell swing. So we want to be a bit slightly wider than hip width apart with our feet. We want to make sure we're bending at the hips. So I'm keeping my chest up as if I was to bow to a king or queen, right? We want to come down, bring our hips back. And as we bring our hips back, we want to bend our knee just slightly. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's just a very slight bend as I come back. And it's almost like a natural bend. So I'm not coming down here and I'm not leaning over very far. It's here, my chest is up, my back should be straight. And as I do that, my arms are going to come back towards my hips. So a good way to be in the right position is to gauge it by where your wrist, the outside of your wrist, hits the inside of your thigh. So that's what we want, right? We want our wrist to hit our thigh. So if we're not hitting our wrist and we're hitting above our wrist, right? So if we're coming down here, we're either squatting down and then we're coming up. This is like, we're not allowing ourselves to really engage our hips to swing the weight upward. So we want to make sure we're coming back straight. So it's like a swing, a pendulum, right? Or we could be leaning just way too far over, which is also not good as well. So we just want to come back far enough so that our wrists hit the inside of our thigh. And then we're going to use the hip drive to drive the weight forward. So I'm not pulling on the weight at all. I'm allowing my legs and hips to do the work. So from the side view, I'm coming down and I'm using my hips to swing the weight. My arms are in a straight position. My chest is facing up. I'm looking ahead. So from the front view, and you see as I come, I'm driving my hips forward and squeezing my butt at the top. My legs are then straight, and that's what's moving the weight back and forth. If we don't have a kettlebell, we can use a dumbbell, and it's the same movement. Now, modifications and adjustments can be different weights, so you can go lighter or heavier depending on where you're at. And the last movement is our squats. So this is going to get a little bit toasty here because there's 30 squats at a time, and you're doing this for 20 minutes. So it's going to build up there. So we really want to make sure we're doing this in proper form. So we again about hip width apart with our leg or with our feet, maybe slightly wider if you need to. We want our toes to be slightly outward. So if my toes are straight forward, I'm just going to come out a little bit. They shouldn't be out here. We want just a slight point so that our knees can follow our toes. So we don't want to be forward because we're going to shift our weight if we do that. So this allows us to come down in a nice straight line. So we're going to come down. My chest is up, core engaged, and my knees are coming outward as I'm coming down in this squat. So we want to try to get down to at least parallel, which means this part of my leg is parallel with the ground. Lower if you can. But the important thing is I want you to try to focus on keeping that foot flat on the ground. If you find yourself rolling up to your toes, it could be because your toes are forward and your body is naturally going to roll that way. So just adjust those toes outward. Or it could be mobility, flexibility, which is something that we need to work on. Make sure you're stretching before this, ankle rolls, pull back. These are all things that can help with that ankle mobility. It could also be in the hips. Make sure you're doing some nice hip stretches beforehand as well. So if you need a modification for the air squats, you can use a bench. Again, same movement. We want to be close to the bench. We want to bring our knees outward, chest upward. And when we come down to sit, we shouldn't be plopping on there. We should be engaging those muscles. Come up, sit down slightly. Try not to rock back and forth. Your feet should not come off the ground. Keep those feet planted. And you're just going to use that bench for stability and something to hold you there so you're not going too far down or fall over. So that is the workout of the day. Good luck. Let me know how you did, and I will see you next time.